I think he's going to kill
And
him.
there he goes again for another one.
I mean, there's no reaction from... There's a couple stalkers, but he's not microing them, and that's bad. You need to make sure you shoot and then move with those stalkers.
Yeah, those zealots are like champion right there. Those 3 zealots just won the game.
I mean, what's the income? Yeah. Now 5 harvesters for Amadeus. Meanwhile, Big J, 2 bases. I mean, he really is going to... It's hard to imagine a situation where Amadeus comes back from this. 90 to 32 on the supply counts.
And here
comes the death blow. The one Colossus. Usually you want to... I mean, in this situation it doesn't matter, but just a note. One Colossus, not that effective on its own. You usually want to have a couple Colossus. 4 tends to be like the number of death.
Well, he's got plenty of sentries out here and stuff.
He realizes he doesn't need to wait. He can just go in and attack. I mean, there's 6 Stalkers, 2 Immortals for AMAD, 16 Stalkers, a Colossus and an Immortal, and 3 Sentries for Big J. And here comes the Guardian Shields. He's moving into the ramp, and he's just going to A-move and force fields on the ramp. That's pretty cool. Just a little extra, and that should be GG, right? Yep, and there's the GG from AMAD.
I'm disappointed I didn't get to see Archons.
I know. I really want to see them. Like, I just want to see how, I'm with you there. I really hope one of the players goes for Archons. But we're going to go into game 2. Big J, or Amadeus, gets to pick any ladder map. And so, it obviously in a mirror matchup, it really comes down to personal preference for what map you pick. Obviously, no race is going to have any kind of advantage in the map since they're playing the same race. So it'll be interesting to see what he wants to pick. I don't really know. Here we go. He's looking up the name of it.
Well, AMAD was doing pretty good there. He repelled the proxy crystal and everything like that.
Yes.
He made sure to get out there and get that crystal, which is absolutely important. Because when you know it's coming, you got to get out there and shut it down, or else he's just going to keep pumping stalkers into you. So I mean, he did good there, but he didn't follow up on it. He didn't expand. He built gateways and stuff, which was a mistake. He should have got his economy up, when he had the opportunity to do so, and then do a preemptive push on top of that, to keep Big J at his base instead of moving in towards on him. You always want to be on the offensive. You never want to be on the defensive. Oh, that's my opinion, anyways.
Yeah.
I guess some players can play it defensively, but I like to stay on the offensive.
Okay, we're gonna go to Backwater Gulch. Yeah, I prefer actually playing defensively more. Backwater Gulch. I think that's also just kind of the nature of being Zerg. Is you play a little bit more defensively, try to get an advantage, and then build up and try to take advantage of that. Let me invite these players to the game.
It really, I guess, all depends on your scouting.
That's so huge in this game. I mean, if you have 100% accurate scouting information, it's the only way you can lose the game is by, a mismicro, misclick, or just some kind of incorrect decision. It's so big. Okay, got everyone invited. So we're gonna play on Backwater Gulch. This is a relatively big map. I'm interested, to see why he chose this. I'm hoping there will be some kind of nice late game, maybe some expands from each player. As a 4-player map, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Big J is going to, if he wants to do this kind of aggression earlier, he'll have to scout a little bit earlier, check each of the positions. So it will be a little bit harder for aggression. Of course, with Protoss, it's not as big of a deal because you can warp in. You don't have to send units from your base.
Terran versus Protoss. Big J decided to play Terran this time.
Wait, I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check that with him. Yeah, that was a mistake. Good call, though, because I totally missed that.
Okay, so it's Protoss versus Protoss again.
All's well in the world.
Come on, Archons.
Okay, we're getting ready to start. Protoss versus Protoss, Backwater Gulch. A little bit bigger of a map. I'm
almost sure it'd be against the rules for us to suggest anything, so we can't really suggest to them to make Archons.
I know. I wish.
God.
Wish. All right, so let's see where these guys are. In the top left-hand position, we've got the blue Protoss, Amadeus, or AMAD as we're calling him. And in the bottom left, we've got the green Protoss, Big J. So this is at a high level, Benny would say there's an advantage in these positions to Big J, simply because if you look at where your natural expansion is for each player, AMAD will be expanding towards Big J, whereas Big J will be expanding away from AMAD. The ramps, though, both kind of face each other, so it should be a pretty even matchup. I don't think there's anything terribly significant about positions.
The only thing is, like, if you're playing Zerg, like on this map here, the north bases will be at disadvantage to you, the south bases will be at advantage because your drones spawn on the south side regardless. So, on that one side of your base, the south side of your base.
Right.
So you always want them spawning towards the minerals and not away. So when you're expanding and stuff, keep that in mind as well. Don't ever expand on any kind of north base if you can help it. You always want to expand to where your drones have a clear shot to the minerals instead of having to work around your base.
Yep. So Big J scouted this immediately, and he's hiding this probe down here. It's attacking these destructible rocks, which it will have a long time to kill those. But he did scout immediately, and he's kind of hiding this probe now. And he's building a forge, so we're going to see some kind of cannon rush. Oh, this is cool. He's going to go for a forge expand. I'm guessing he's going to the corner. He's going to put a pylon here and cannon rush. Would you cannon rush? Most people either want to put it behind the mineral line or block off the ramp.
Here comes a scout.
Yeah, and he's going to scout this forge and start looking for that probe real quick.
Yep.
Does he see the forge? He does not see the... Now he just saw the forge.
Okay.
And he's looking for that probe. And here's the pylon for Big J going up in the corner. He's going to start working his way towards the mineral line. And I've got to say, I think Big J's going to pull this off. He already put a cannon in his base, so he's clearly looking to expand. Basically, any damage he can do is extra.
Oh, put the pylon's up. The cannon's going down.
And he's pulling
Here
all his
probes
to the cannon. He needs to go for that cannon. And that cannon's going to go down before it finishes. It goes to... Not sure if he got a cancel off. I don't believe he did. And he's going to. He needs to abandon this cannon rush. It's not going to go anywhere.
No.
He can keep building and canceling though to keep the probes off the mineral line. There's no need to pull all your probes in this situation.
Yeah. He's just going to go ahead and pull the plug on it.
Which is smart. He's keeping all these probes from mining, so there's zero income for AMAD right now.
Bad call on AMAD. All you need is 4 probes for anything.
Yep, because it'll get a surround. That's basically enough to surround and take down the cannon. And meanwhile, Big J setting up shop at home. He's going to throw down this Nexus soon, I would imagine, and he'll be in a really good position. I wonder how AMAD's going to respond. If he's going to go for some aggression, I think that would kind of be the Oh, we got another probe for Big J down here. I think that kind of be the natural response. He can decide to just take an expansion of his own.
Yeah. I don't know what he's going to do here. Yeah. It looks like he's going to go for warp tech and everything.
And
he's got 4 gates up.
4 gateways. You don't want to throw 4 gateways down before your Cyber Knife score is finished.
It's a total waste of minerals. He should have expanded with that money.
Yeah, you can't use it all. I don't know the exact timing because I'm not a Protoss player, but you throw down the 3 extra gateways. It's not, I think it's like however long it takes for gateway to finish before the warp gate tech finishes ideally.
You have time to get 2 zealots out or 1 zealot and 1 stalker instantly before your cyber core goes up.
Right.
That's if you're trying to do it as fast as you can.
And now he's got no units producing from these. Well, he does have the money for it though.
Yeah, we do have to realize that he just got done defeating some cheese and had some extra time and
that's
some
true.
stuff. So.
Yeah, that's true.
catching himself up by laying 4 gateways down may be the smart play in the end here.
Yeah, so there's no warp gate tech going down for Big J, and in fact, no expansion yet, which is somewhat surprising. He's also not now. He's just starting to mine gas again. He looks like he pulled his probes off gas. Warp gate just started. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Yeah. Warp gate just started for Big J, and he doesn't have
Big
a whole
J's
lot
got a
defending.
cannon almost going up here.
Oh, he does in the main right there. That's very nice pylon block, but he goes down right away. This is going to be problematic for Big J.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of money. He's going to lose these 2 pylons. I'm going to need to get those probes.
Amad's made a fantastic recovery here, even though he's lost a lot of time on the mineral line. His probes aren't lost or anything, so he's catching right up.
Yep. And this is really great presence of mind from Amad. He's keeping his cool. He's beating all this cheese basically, and he's going to have a strong push against basically just 2 cannons and a zealot. His warp gate tech for Big J is only halfway done, so there's going to be a nice window if he can take advantage of it, where he can be warping in units while Big J's not, and have a pretty strong push.
Yeah, if I was him right now, I'd go ahead and put a forge down and go ahead and get an upgrade and expand and put some cannons in there with my troops and stuff and develop the expansion. He's already got ahead of him. He might as well go ahead and upgrade ahead of him as well.
Yep, and he's got a lot of minerals banked. He's floating 1,000 minerals right now. He's only got 1 guy on gas, which I'm thinking is a mistake. It is a mistake. He needs more guys on gas to get those stalkers out. Right now he can basically warp in like 4 sentries, and then he's going to only be able to warp in zealots. And there's a warp-in going down near Big J's base, but Big J does have his warp tech up. So a push now might not be the greatest thing for Amad. And he is expanding, which is a good move. That's a very smart decision.
I just like to go back to the gas thing. I always saturate my gases as soon as they're built. Gas is the most valuable resource in the game.
Yep.
So as soon as you can, you want as much gas pumping as you possibly can get. So even though you sacrifice some mineral time and stuff like that, that gas
you're gonna
is
need
just
that gas. And here comes Amad. He's moving into the base, picks off that zealot almost. Zealot goes down. So now Big J sees what's coming at him, and I don't think if Amad doesn't push here, and if he just sits back and he, macros up, well, it doesn't matter because he's pushing now. He's going right after that pylon. Oh, nice force fields to keep this out.
That shuts down everything.
He should not be pulling back. He just shut everything down. Where is he going? He's going to reinforce. Wow. As a Protoss player, you never want just 1 pylon powering stuff in a vulnerable position like that. Because now, look, 3 gateways are down. He can't make stalkers because his Cyber Knife score's down. This cannon's down. He virtually has no production. And a supply blocked him on top of that. And if Amad was pushing right now, he could pick off a lot of stuff. But he's just going to sit back. And now Big J's back online. Right as Amad comes back in, all his stuff goes back up. Not a... Big J
if he gets that, he should get that Cyber Core is what he should be doing. That's another mistake, is putting your Cyber Core out there to be picked off. It shuts down your stalker production.
So Amad's basically trying to just... force his way in here. Both players, not the great. Big J's only having 1 stalker shooting because he made himself that really narrow choke. And he's now he's got all his stalkers shooting, but before it's just 1 stalker shooting at him. And Amad reinforcing. This is going to be close. This is going to be really close. If he can pick off that Cyber Core or get that pylon down again. But yeah, he's going to pull back, and probably smartly so. Oh, gets another stalker.
I like to point out Big J's economy is much more developed at this point than Amad's.
I'll bring that up. Well, they're equal on harvesters. They're actually about equal in income. Oh, and another War Prism from Big J. And that's smart of him to, he realized that worked last time. He realized that Amad really didn't know how to respond to it at all. And so that's smart of him to take advantage of that again. But obviously, if he could get that Warp Prism back in his base now and start dropping in there while Amad's attacking, it'd force him to go home. And, that's one way to get rid of an attack. I do that as Zerg all the time. If I see a push coming, I'll just run a whole bunch of Zerglings into their base, and that makes they have to go back and defend that, or lose, a ton of workers. And that's a great way for getting rid, holding off an attack.